All right, everybody. Want to welcome everybody courtside here. I'm with Coach McDonald. Well, because the boys have been home, we haven't seen your team a whole lot since Camden Catholic. What's the magic been all about so far?
What's the matchup going to be?
The magic so far.
You know, it's all about believing in ourselves. A couple things have gone our way that nobody expected to, and the girls fully believe in what's happening, and we're ready to go tonight.
Who are some of the players we should look out for on your team today that make this night's team go?
I mean, obviously you want to look at Tori because she's our leading scorer right now, and she's been hot, but Bridget Dixon has been the engine that's steering the ship right now. She's very confident in herself. I think she found herself in that Camden Catholic game that we got destroyed in, and I think everybody's really confident in her as well.
We talk about keys to the game. Is there one big key to the game that helps Sterling not only hang in this game but give you a chance to win?
Our defense absolutely is what's going to give us a chance to win this game.
How about the fact that you've been in this game before as a coach? How does that help you?
I mean, it does, but this is an absolutely different feeling. You know, the year we won the championship, we were supposed to win the championship, and this year, you know, this is something different, something totally magical. So that was a shot to Kelly Johnson with the magical. But you know, this is different. This is exciting.
How are the nerves right now?
I'd be lying to you if I said they weren't there. I think everybody's feeling it, but it's not a pressure kind of nerves that I remember in 2016. This is a different feeling.
Thanks for taking a couple minutes. Go get him, Coach. Kate McDonald out there helping us out. We'll have the action as it continues right here on Sterling Channel 19. And welcome back, everybody. Tad Kozaneski, Jay Clark, Kevin Schulz here. We'll also be joined by Rob Strauss a little bit later and John Hallwood as we give you a shot of the capacity crowd here. Most of the crowd is on our side of the court. They're going to squeeze in as many as they can on the other side of the court as well. And Kevin, let's first of all go and we have seen Haddon Hts against Sterling, but the odd thing was it was the first game of the year, and a lot has happened since then.
No doubt about it. Obviously, Haddon Hts has been playing well the whole way through. Sterling, you look at the record, and they've had a lot of ups and downs, but they're that typical hot team going into playoffs. And I think things really turned around for them, Tad, when they played that Woodbury team. And Jacob, I think you might have been in that game where you played against two Division I players. That was the first game they really got comfortable with that zone defense, and they've really moved on and got to the point where they're at right now.
Yeah, not only did you play against two Division I caliber players, but you competed through 3.5 quarters through the game. That's got to be a big vote of confidence for a young team. You talk about the ups and downs, that's expected with a young team, very heavy in the 10th grade class, the sophomores, but that senior leadership has really carried them this far. You talked about the zone defense. That also has been a main factor in how they were able to get here.
As we mentioned, they played two times before. They played on December 17th. That was a game we broadcast on Sterling Channel 19. It was actually a game that Sterling was leading in the first half. Heights ended up winning the game 53-49. Wilsey had 17, but the problem in that game, Kevin, was Clark. She had 28, and Sterling couldn't stop her.
And that's the type of a player that, with this zone defense, the ability to collapse down, you feel like you could do a better job defensively against a dominant low-post player like Clark is. Now, the only problem is, when you do that, the way Sterling does it, they collapse some of the guards down. So there's going to be some room on the perimeter, and I think Haddon Hts has some pieces that can take advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to have their outside shooting in an A game against this zone defense that Sterling provides. And from the Sterling side of things, that defense has to lead into quick offense. Our girls like to go out and get out and run and have numbers in transition to get a lot of their baskets.
Second time they played was here on this floor, February 1st. It was a game that Coach McDonald said kind of got away from. It was a game Haddon Hts won 49-31. A lot of things have changed since then, and Jake, I'll refer this to you when it comes to Sterling, talking about the girls and how they've really stepped things up in this game, and they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. They are the underdog by a lot. They are the 10 seed. Haddon Hts is the 1 seed. So right now, the pressure is all on Haddon Hts to come out and do what they're supposed to do and walk out of here with a W. But Sterling being the underdog is, there's not a ton of pressure there. And I feel as though that's, advantage Sterling, Mr. Schulz.
Yeah, and they're definitely, you talked about that second time where I believe it was an 18-14 game at the half, but really struggled to score in the second half of that game against Haddon Hts. And I think that's an area where they've really improved on their ability to score, ability to hit the outside shot, and even movement of the ball within their half-court offense is much better now than it was at that point in the season.
And obviously, if you're just checking this out for the first time, you're checking out the championship, these two teams play in the same division. Haddon Hts won the division 9-1. Sterling finished fourth, believe it or not, at 4-6. Hts overall is 24-5. Sterling is 14-14. Now, when you look at the series rivalry, and Kevin, you and I have done a number of these games, Sterling actually leads the series since 2007, 21-8, but Hts has won the last 4.
Yeah, they've had some good teams, had a Group 1 championship team a few years back, and have had some dominant players, some 1,000-point scorers. Obviously, we talked about Madison Clark and what she brings to the table, but it's just a real good rivalry, and it's going to be exciting because, we talk about our super fans, but the Garnet Crazies are just as good, and it's just going to be an outstanding atmosphere here tonight in a packed gym.
Yeah, you can see the Garnet Crazies are on the right side of your screen. They are as good as advertised out there. They're outstanding with what they do. Some of their cheers and chants are just really cool, to put it mildly. There are Sterling students here. They are going to be off to the left. And again, as we talked about championships too, Kevin, It's funny, both teams' last championships were back in 2016. Sterling won Group 2, Haddon Heights won Group 1. Heights has bumped up to Group 2. That's why they are both playing here today. So again, capacity crowd. It's sold out. There's about as tight as you can get in here, and it's going to be interesting, Kevin, to see how the ladies on both teams react, because this most likely is going to be their most highly attended, pressure-filled game they're going to play in.
Yeah, you're obviously going to have the nerves. I mean, both of these teams have played games against high-level competition. You know, I'll go back to Sterling, and you guys went to that Camden Catholic game where you're kind of getting yourself playoff tested, but I don't think anything gets you ready for the atmosphere you're going to see tonight. And it's just a matter of you get your hands on the ball the first time, and you know, early on it'll be advantageous to see which team settles into a comfort zone.
And Jake, you know, as an athlete, it's so hard to play when you're nervous. So the first few minutes of this game, Jake, I think are going to be really crucial, especially for Sterling.
Yeah, absolutely. Not only nerve-wracking that the crowd is going to be filled, but neither team likes one another. They're conference rivals, and we learned the hard way with our boys that it's tough to beat a team 3 times. It's going to be tough for Haddon Heights to beat us 3 times. I feel as though when you play a team multiple times in the season, you understand their strengths and weaknesses, you exploit the weaknesses, and minimize the opposing team's strengths, and whoever does that better tonight is going to come out with a victory, Mr. Schultz.
Yeah, and I'm sure, you know, we talk about Madison Clark and what she did to them a couple times that they played them. Probably going to try to front her, deny her the ball, have somebody fill in, rely on a lot of help defense in that zone defense. But again, yeah, that's been the strength of their team, and it's enabled them to overcome some obstacles of playing against tough players down in the low post.
Yeah, absolutely. They got to have 2 defenders going her way almost at all times, and that's going to open the door for some of these 3-point shooters for Haddon Heights. So for Sterling, I feel as though they did a better job the second time they played him. Clark only had 14, whereas the first time it was 28. But Sterling in the game on December 17th at home, there were no fans, but it was still very close, 53-49. So they've showed they can hang with this team.
And I think the biggest difference, you know, when you talk about a lot of teams they played, a lot of them had one player, but they didn't have that second player. Whereas when you're looking at Haddon Heights, you've got Maggie Campbell and Richardson Muse, who can also hit from the perimeter. So there could be situations where Clark gets the ball, defense collapses on her, she's going to kick it out to the outside. So this is probably the biggest game where Sterling has got to cover all the areas of the floor against Haddon Heights.
And again, you're seeing Haddon Heights here. And something as a coach, Kevin, in many years as I've coached baseball and seen it with other teams, it's so much easier when you've already played the team on the floor as opposed to we're playing the number 1 team who we've never seen before. You're that much more anxious. You know what you're up against. You've played them 2 times before. I think it just makes things that much more easier if you can just keep it to what is my job, what is my responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, the back and forth chess game between the 2 coaches has already taken place. They've seen the way different looks, the way they can adjust. But again, you know, for an underdog team like Sterling, I just like the way they've developed as the year's gone on. And that's the one thing, if you're the favorite going in a game, the scariest thing is that team that hadn't played that well all year, but's up and coming and playing at their best at the right time.
Well, what we're going to do throughout the broadcast, we brought our students with us too. We're all going to take a quarter of play-by-play. I'm going to start with the first quarter of play-by-play. Jake, who's on the air with us right now, is going to do the second. John Hallwood is going to do the third. And then Mr. Strauss is going to come back and bring us home in the fourth to do play-by-play. So you're going to be hearing different voices throughout the broadcast. Ben, our cameraman, he's our only consistent. He's a consistent cameraman. He'll do with us all 4 quarters. The rest of us, you're going to see us rotate in and out throughout the whole. And here comes some Sterling fans right now getting a reaction. And if I get my cameraman to show you some, here they come. A couple of them dressed up for action. They got their capes on. And you can see down there is where the Sterling super fans are going to be. I think this is going to be a neat treat for the girls because the boys have been home. We've been following the boys the whole way through, and the girls haven't gotten a whole lot of attention.
Well, partially because they've been on the road the whole time. The boys were the top seed. You thought the boys had the best chance to go out and, win the championship. Obviously, unfortunately, that didn't happen. But now the girls here with a prime opportunity to showcase their stuff in front of all the super fans.
No doubt about it. And just looking at them, obviously they're nervous inside, but they just have an easy way about them, look free and loose, and look like they're ready to play the way you need them to play in this situation.
Again, we're just about set for the beginning of the game festivities. Just about set for action. Sterling on the left side in the blue. We're listening to Mr. Kraus for a second. Again, this is all those warning things. Be nice, be adults, don't throw things, don't say names that we're going through right now. And we'll get ready for the national anthem as it gets going. As you can see, people walking across the floor just trying to get the seats. So just about set here, Sterling and Haddon Heights, the 2022 South Jersey Championship game for Group 2. Number 1, Haddon Heights. Number 10, Sterling, trying to see if they can carry the slipper through the rest of the evening. Again, we're just waiting for Mr. Kraus, whose kids are Sterling students. He's a teacher here. We'll listen in for the rest of this now.
At this time, we will now ask for you to please rise. Kindly remove your hats in respect and honor of our nation's colors as we all sing together our national anthem.
So they have the national anthem here. We're getting set for the introduction first of the Disney team. Sterling, again, coming in the 10 seed at 14 and 13.
Tonight's South Jersey Group 2 Championship game will feature the Silverlights of Star High School and the Guardians of Haddon Hts High School. It's now time to announce the starting lineups. First, for the visiting at Sterling of Silver Heights. Starting at the guard position, sophomore, number 5, Bridget Dixon. Starting at the second guard position, sophomore, number 12, starting at the guard position, sophomore, number 21, Mackenzie McDowell. Starting at the guard forward position, senior, number 22,
One thing that stands out about them is you've heard them introduced, 3 sophomores, 2 seniors, so you know they're going to be around for a while.
it's now time to announce the starters for your Haddon Heights.
All right, here comes Haddon Heights.
Sophomore, number 1, Kylie Ferrante.
Carly Ferranto, a sophomore first.
Starting at the forward position, a junior, number 30,
Maddie Clark.
starting at the guard position, a senior, number 11,
Maggie Campbell, junior. Excuse me, a senior.
starting at the guard forward position, a senior, number 14,
Evie Davis, a senior.
starting 5 for Haddon Hts guard, it's a senior guard forward.
And the other starter, Marquay Richardson Hughes. They average 41 points a game, 45 points a game while giving up 34. Sterling averages 41 points a game while giving up 36. And again, the problem child for Sterling in the first game was Clark, who had 28. In the second game, it was Campbell, who had 17. Also, the coach for Haddon Hts, Lauren Kendra, as we're just about set to get underway in this South Jersey Group 2 championship game for South Jersey. Sterling in the blue, home white for Haddon Hts.
Well, Haddon Hts is the number 1 seed for a reason. You see the 24-5 record, but they're a complete team. They can play the half-court set. They can kick the ball out to the outside, and they can run the floor if need be.
Yeah, absolutely. And the way that Sterling's playing, they got hot at the right time, as you said, Mr. Schultz, and they've been a hot and cold team all year. That's what young teams do. But they're hot at the right time, and that's why they're here right now.
All right, we're just about set. Sterling, Haddon Hts, to see who's going to take the 2022 South Jersey Championship. McDonald and Clark. Taken in by Bridget Dixon, and Sterling will set things up. Man-to-man defense for Hts. Wilsey. Fade away. Loose ball. Nice rebound for Quinn. Sterling gets the first rebound of the game.
Yeah, and that's what Eric Sterling's improved in, is getting those offensive rebounds.
Shot missed there by Dixon. On the floor, Sterling grabs it again. It's Pelkak. Jump ball is called. Possession error goes to Hts.
Well, that hustle is going to be make or break in a tight game, and Sterling, especially being the underdog in this game, definitely needs that hustle. They need every advantage they can get.
Yeah, good first half-court set, moving the ball around, getting some open looks. Just a matter of converting.
Around the perimeter. Nice drive inside, unchallenged, converted by Richardson Hughes.
Well, with Marquay Richardson Hughes, you got to go at her under control, or she'll get by you with that quick first step and really has the ability to close.
Yeah, and Hts has Maddie Clark, obviously the junior, but there's definitely those 3 seniors in the starting lineup can do some damage.
Sterling down 2-0. We're a minute into action here in the first quarter. So far, from a hustling standpoint, Sterling hanging in there, but you can see how talented this Hts team is. One time down the floor and a score. Sterling looked like not quite sure where to go with this. McDonald. Wilsey in the corner kicks it back out. Shot is good. We're tied at 2 by Wilsey.
Well, that's what you need from your senior leader right there. Nothing really going their way in the half-court set. Tori Wilsey just throws up a shot, and the result is a positive one.
Loose ball picked up by Wilsey. Tied at 2, 6 minutes to go, first quarter. McDonald on the pick. Three-pointer is off the front of the rim, no good from Dixon. Looked good as it left her hand.
Yeah, Bridget Dixon's one who's really played well in this late season run. Has been a big part of what Sterling's been able to do in the last few games.
Bridget Dixon on a steal, an easy lay-in, and she converts it. Sterling takes the early lead on the steal by Dixon.
Yeah, just picks the pocket right there, and an easy left-hand layup for Bridget Dixon right in front of the Garnet Crazies.
Yeah, Sterling's not a bit phased by the fact that Hts is the favorite team. They're going to compete and battle, especially out on the perimeter.
5:15 to play here in the first quarter. Sterling by 2. This is that zone defense we talked about. Here's the 3. No good. Rebound bounces out. Picking it up, though, is Ferranto.
And you saw right there a nice job. Maddie Clark got the ball in the low post. Mackenzie McDonald comes over for the double and does a nice job of getting out back onto the perimeter on Ferranto in the corner.
And Raina Pelkat's doing an outstanding job defending Maddie Clark down in the low post, really not giving her a whole lot of room. And defensively, this team also knows that the help can get over there if need be.
Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Sterling leads it 4-2. Pelkak on the steal. So far, Sterling's defense, Kevin, noticeably different.
Yeah, and part of defending against Madison Clark down the low post is denying her ball. Great job by Raina Pelkat cutting off that passing lane.
Wilsey lost the handle, and she lost the ball. 4:28 to go, first quarter. Heights with the ball, they trail it by 2. Ferranto, top of the key. Almost stolen again by Dickinson. Hughes. That's stolen away. Here comes Dixon. Dixon, yes. Bridget Dixon now with 4 points.
The trap on that area over there on the far end, and you cannot get caught overhand with the ball in that area. That's what Heights did, and Sterling made them pay for it.
Wilsey's going to get a cheap foul there. It was a trip. It's her first foul, the team's first.
Yeah, going back to that steal by Dixon, she's just all over the place on the perimeter, doing a nice job of forcing turnovers out there on the perimeter.
And a foul on the shot. I believe this is Pelkak. It'll be a shooting foul.
And guys, we were at that first game at Sterling, and it's amazing how much less room Heights has to work with in the half-court offense. And again, it goes back to that zone defense that Sterling's getting better and better at with each game. And the biggest reason, I think, for the success is the communication that you're seeing.
Evie Davis, the senior, makes her first foul shot. Heights is within 2 as Davis gets both of hers. We have a timeout. 3:49 to go here in the first quarter. Sterling leads it 6-4.
Right now what stands out is Bridget Dixon, 2 steals and 2 baskets down the other end. Nice job of turning defense into offense. We talked about them wanting to get out on the break and run, and that's what's been their success so far.
And we're talking about, as a team, they're just playing more confidently. And to what you're saying, Jacob, nobody's playing more confident than Bridget Dixon. With the way she defends on the perimeter, just the way she runs the whole offense. And you're seeing her not only distribute the ball, but becoming more involved in the game as a point guard on the offensive end in the last few games.
Yeah, absolutely. At the beginning of the year and even in her freshman year, we saw her, she was really more of a facilitator in my eyes. But now she's added that scoring aspect in her sophomore year, especially at the right time in playoff time.
3:40 to go, first quarter. Sterling leading 6-4 with the ball. McDonald, nice play inside. Pelkak, not there. Needs some help. Still needs some help. Takes it herself. And she traveled right in front of Haddon Hts bench. Capacity crowd, standing room only here. Not a seat available. It's a sold-out gym. 3:20 to go here in the first period. Sterling by 2. Nice play inside. Clark, no. Loose ball, Pelkak on the rebound.
Well, that was a fantastic job of help defense coming over and not letting Maddie Clark get the basket down low.
Yeah, she's outstanding with the spin move, but he had a defender right in her face.
Shot is partially blocked by Evie Davis. Good drive, though, by Dixon. Sterling will inbound the ball with 2:58 to go here. With 2:58 to go here in the first quarter. Tell you what, Dixon has really grown up the last half of this season. There's a 3, no good. Good job by Quinn, somehow got a piece of that. Oh, that's nearly stolen. Pelkak. McDonald. Quinn. Top of the key, drives left hand. She is fouled and is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Fouled by Maggie Campbell, that's her first.
That's a nice job of Quinn, just driving right to the basket, not shying away from contact and getting 2 chances at the line.
So Quinn goes to foul line. She is a 56% free throw shooter, and she averages 4 points a game.
They talk about the way they've improved on the offensive end of half-court set. They're moving the ball around. They're comfortable in their half-court offense. But the thing I like is the way they're attacking the basket. You saw it with Erin Quinn, and then Bridget Dixon had the block, but Strong as a team still wants to attack that basket. And I think that's going to be a big key tonight moving forward.
Quinn makes both from the free throw line. Sterling with an 8-4 lead. 2:35 to go first quarter. Here's a 3, short, rebounded by Ferranto. Good double team there. Ferranto, a sophomore, into the corner. This is a 3, Campbell, kaboom! Maggie Campbell's on the board, her first 3.
That's what we talked about, Hoyts being a complete team. They can not only hurt you down on the low post, but they'll kick it out and bury you from the perimeter.
And it took just too much time on the rotation over the corner, got Maggie Campbell just enough space for an open 3.
Here's McDonald. McDonald drives, and offensive foul against Mackenzie McDonald. That'll be her first. I believe that was Clark that took the charge.
Yeah, that's a great play by Madison Clark, getting over there, setting the feet, and taking one for the team. Definitely, I would say, in my opinion, the most complete player in this conference.
Heights with the ball, they trail it by 1. Ball is kicked by Dixon. 1:46 to go, first quarter. Heights with the ball, they trail at 8-7. Sterling's had the lead from the start. Around the perimeter, trying to go to Clark. They're able to battle away with her right now. Now inside. And that went off the mid-court line, backcourt violation. I am very impressed, Jake, with this defense.
Oh, absolutely. And we were talking with Tori Wilsey earlier today on the news, and she said the defense is what got them this far, and you're seeing it right here.
Well, you know when you're affecting a team, not only when you get a turnover, but when you get the unforced turnovers.
Dixon, too hard off the glass. Rebounded on the play by Clark. 1:20 to go, first quarter. Heights trails it, and they travel. Sterling leads it by 1. 1:19 to go, first quarter. Full court pressure by Heights. Here's McDonald. On this side of the court, you can see the time remaining in this first quarter. Whoops, and there's a travel there. Wilsey went inside, and McDonald thought she was going outside. 1:04 to go, first quarter. Heights with another chance to take the lead. They trail at 8-7. That's Muse, but top of the key. Boy, there is nothing inside right now.
And that's what this zone defense is doing a nice job of taking away, is they know Madison Clark can do damage on the inside.
Campbell gives Heights the lead, her second three-pointer of the game. It's 10-8.
Yeah, Stubbs got to get out on Campbell much quicker.
And that's what opens up, is when you're clogging the paint, those outside shooters now get more open looks. Nice job by Campbell just taking advantage of it.
Sterling with 23 seconds. This is a two-pointer. Kaboom! Two-pointer by Mackenzie McDonald, her first 2, and we're tied at 10.
And she's most known for her scoring in the post, but a nice job there of getting the mid-range shot to drop.
10 seconds to go, first quarter. Almost a giveaway there. Clark drives, gets by 1, gets it to fall, and Clark gets the fall at the buzzer, her first 2 points of the game, and we end the first quarter with a 12-10 lead for Haddon Heights. So what we will do, we are rotating positions here, so I'm going to mute our mics for a second for our next set of announcers, and you'll hear them in a second.
are here with second quarter action, guys. Sterling doing a nice job hanging in this game. I'm now joined by Rob Strauss and John Hallwood. Guys, you weren't on the mic, but what are your thoughts for the first quarter that we just saw?
Well, I mean, obviously you got to get out on Maggie Campbell. 2 threes in that first quarter, and you can't leave her that wide open. She's the reason that the Garnets are up 12-10 right now, for sure. The Sterling defense is doing what they've been doing, and this is the reason why they are where they are. Defense keeping them in it. Really competitive first quarter, John.
I agree with everything that Strauss just said, and it's been incredible so far. The girls having incredible defense so far in this first quarter. Let's see if they can continue that great defense into the second quarter.
A lot of Sterling alumni in the stands tonight. Kylie O'Donnell, as well as Rachel Hodge, Jordan Wallace, the Naomi Carter family in attendance, right directly across from us. So a lot of the Sterling girls basketball alums come back and helping support.
Second quarter underway here. Garnets lead 12-10 after 1. Here's Wilsey outside. Floater up and good for Tori Wilsey.
So far, Sterling's been very good with those floaters and layups. So let's see if Sterling can continue doing that.
A lot of damage down low for Sterling. It's been the opposite for Heights as they've gotten their points almost exclusively from the 3 ball and exclusively from Maggie Campbell.
Just as you say that, Maddie Clark, another strong take to the basket down low.
Bit of a miscommunication, but it ends up in the hands of Dixon. Working outside against Richardson Muse. About a minute off the clock here. 14-12 for the Garnets. And shot won't go for Wilsey. Rebound Richardson Muse. Ferranto to run the offense in the half court. Campbell outside. Cross court pass to Richardson Muse, doubled. Ferranto gets it down low to Clark. And they'll get a charge on Maddie Clark. Nice job by Raina Pelkak taking one for the team.
You see her driving to the basket and just Pelkak doing a great job, able to get in front of her and able to get the foul.
Morgan Sims checking into the game for Sterling, as well as Aaron Quinn.
Again, Morgan Sims scored the buzzer beater against that West Deptford game. So, in a sense, without Morgan Sims' buzzer beater 3, they wouldn't have had this shot.
3 ball for Wilsey, just short, but the hustle was there. Still ends up in the hands of Madison Clark.
Heights having a real tough time finding really anything down low in the paint. Good job by the Sterling defense to keep them on the perimeter.
And they've done a nice job of rotating over with the help defense and still being able to close out on perimeter shooters. So far, Maggie Campbell has been the only exception. Nice move from Richardson Muse as she gets to the basket and adds 2 more to the Heights lead.
4 for Richardson Muse.
Nice cut by Dixon, shot dropped for Bridget Dixon. Perfect pass and a nice job of Dixon maintaining control and cuts it to a 2-point Heights lead with 5:20 left to go here in the second quarter. And a nice pass from Richardson Muse to Madison Clark for the basket down low.
What a great pass. And that's one you definitely have to finish if you're Madison Clark. She did. What a look from Richardson Muse.
Wilsey to inbound in front of the Garnet Crazies, gets it to Dixon. Dixon fires up a 3, too strong. Rebound Wilsey, who shoots up a 2, too strong as well. Rebound Campbell.
you see that Sterling's getting those open shots, but
it'll stay Heights possession. Sterling coaches are not a fan of that call. Furtado pump fakes the three, gets it to Campbell, over to Davis. Davis drives inside. Nice floater over McDonald for two. And a timeout Sterling.
Smart timeout there by Sterling. Heights on a little bit of a run here, up 6 with 4:33 left to go in the second.
And guys, Sterling's getting the looks they want, just can't convert, and Heights is doing a better job of getting the ball down low and beating that zone defense.
And just as we said that, sorry John, just as we said that a lot of their points not coming from inside in the paint. All of a sudden they're starting to light it up from inside.
you said it right there, Strauss. But again, Sterling getting those open looks, and those are the looks that you've got to convert, because not all the time you're going to get a clear shot like that against Heights.
Take a look into the Sterling huddle.
If you're Sterling here, don't panic. It's a two-possession game. They've been in this situation before. You've got to play your game, stay in the right mindset. Just hit open shots.
4:30 left to go here, 20-14. Garnet's lead here in the second. Quinn outside, nice pass to McDonald, and shot drops from Mackenzie McDonald, chalk up two.
Definitely needed a bucket there coming out of that timeout. Great job by McDonald to finish it.
Perfect execution is now Furtado. Gets it to Richardson Muse for Heights. Campbell, been hot from the outside so far tonight. Here is Furtado. Gets it to Richardson Muse, fires up a three. That one, the bank is open for Richardson Muse, gets that one to drop.
7 points for Richardson Muse. I don't think that's the way she drew it up, but she'll take it.
Woolsey, no look pass to McDonald. Shot from the outside, rims out. Rebound Clark. Nice hustle from Quinn, but a wayward pass. And Richardson Muse trying to split the defense. And that'll be a foul, and Coach McDonald is fired up on that one. That one will be on Mackenzie McDonald, her second, fourth team foul. Campbell to inbound for the Garnets. Finds Furtado, who fires up a three. No good. Rebound, Dixon. 3:25 left here. 23-16. Woolsey swatted away right in front of the Garnet Crazies. That gets them going. And here is Davis, finds Furtado. Bit of a rough second quarter here for the Knights.
Just be patient if you're Sterling here. Capitalize on turnovers just like this. You got to turn these turnovers into points.
Dixon looking around, finds Quinn. Gets it to McDonald. Back to Dixon. Finds Sims outside. Good passing and ball movement here for Sterling in this half-court set. Woolsey with a good look from outside. That one just rims out.
She's definitely feeling it. She's not afraid to shoot. But she's definitely had the hot hand for Sterling, her and Dixon.
Furtado finds Campbell. Now to Richardson Muse. Heaves up a shot looking for contact, won't go. Clark, shot doesn't go. And they're gonna get a jump ball. And that'll stay with Heights. Raina Pelkak checking in for Mackenzie McDonald. 2:11 left to go, 23-16 Heights lead in this second quarter.
And that's a smart substitution by Coach McDonald there, taking out Mackenzie. She's got 2 fouls with 2:11 to go. She can't pick up her third.
Furtado finds Clark down low. Swatted away by Morgan Sims.
What a block by Sims. Came out of nowhere seemingly to block that shot.
Here's Campbell to inbound. Richardson Muse outside working on Dixon. Nice move. Pass in the corner. That's Campbell for three. And she is electric from the outside. Maggie Campbell extends it to a 10-point lead.
That's her third three of the game. Leads all scorers with 9, and it's a first double-digit lead for the Garnets at 10, 26-16 with a buck and 3/4 left to go, air and a half.
Sterling's got to find something offensively. They got to get something from the outside the arc by this point.
Yeah, John, I think they're feeling the pressure a little bit. And a 3-second violation.
This is a big offensive trip down the floor for Sterling here. They've got to cut back into this lead with 90 seconds left to go in the half. Good offensive, patient offensive trip down the floor, get some points, come back, play some defense.
Got to play their game as Wilsey gets it to Dixon now, guarded by Davis. Back to Wilsey. A minute 15 left. Heights leads by 10. Sims looking around for help. And finds Wilsey close to the half-court line. There is Quinn, nice drive to the left side, shot way off. Pelkak swatted away by Campbell. And just a dry offensive quarter for Sterling. And Heights has really capitalized now, making it a 10-point game. Davis, guarded by Dixon out of the perimeter. Nice pass from Davis to Campbell. Furtado in the corner. Here is Richardson Muse.
Garnets,
no
obviously, no.
Campbell
I was about to
misses.
say they're not in a rush to shoot there, Jake, but they're going to give Sterling the ball back with 21.9 left to go in the half.
Campbell missed her first three of the game that prior possession. Here is Dixon with 17 left to go in the quarter. Sims. That one is knocked away. Will stay Sterling ball with 7.9 seconds left to go in the half. 10-point Garnet lead. Wilsey to inbound. Finds Quinn. And Quinn shot up off the front iron. And Richardson Muse heaves one up at the buzzer. No good. And that'll put the first half underway. Garnets 26, Knights 16. We'll be back with second half action after this.
And welcome back, everybody. See, we have about 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in this first half. Go through the leading scorers for each team. First for Sterling, Tori Wilsey with 4, Bridget Dixon 6, Mackenzie McDonald 4, Erin Quinn with 2. For Haddon Heights, Marquay Richardson Muse with 7, Maggie Campbell with 9, all 3-pointers. Evie Davis 4, Madison Clark 6. Only one player near foul trouble. That's Mackenzie McDonald, who has 2. And during the halftime break, Jake, you made a very good point about where we are on the floor and switching sides now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now our girls don't have to stare right into the Garnet Crazies while they're shooting. I feel like they held their own that first quarter, but the second quarter, those guys got to them. And now I'm hoping this second half there will be a different result.
Well, you said you hope for a different result. Right now, Sterling trailing by 10, and it's almost right now looking in an impossible climb for them as they're facing off the number 1 seed of Haddon Heights. But
well, what the hope is right now, John, is we're getting shots. They're just not falling. So the hope is, and I like what Jake's saying, maybe if we're switching sides of the floor away from their Garnet Crazies, maybe that helps us get a couple more in, because if we make a couple of these shots, it's a game.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah, still a lot of game left to go. We still got 2 quarters of potentially fun-filled action.
So again, we'll see what happens here. It's 26-16. Haddon Heights has the lead as we get set for the third quarter. And now, for play-by-play, in what could be his last basketball game, is John Hallwood.
Thank you, Mr. K. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's great to be here, honestly. It's actually my first ever commentating a first finals game here on Channel 19, so it's great to be here and enjoy the moment while it lasts. Again, this Sterling team right now did pretty well so far in the first quarter. Second quarter, they lost it a little bit, but still a 10-point lead, still manageable for a comeback. And you kind of wonder how well facing off those bigger teams have really come into this game.
Yeah, you do, and I mean, I think this half is definitely going to be about adjustments. What adjustments can Sterling make to get some of those baskets to drop and to tighten up a little bit, just a little bit on the defensive end? We saw them in the first quarter, they did well, and then it spiraled out of control in that second quarter.
Bridget Dixon will start the game off with the ball, gives it to Wilsey for 3, unable to get that one to go down, and that will be Sterling's ball. That wasn't Ayana Brown. Ferrento was the last one to touch that one.
Again, Sterling just needs a little luck, get some of these shots to fall.
Wilsey's going to throw this one in, trying to find Bridget Dixon. This time does, and 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's just something that can't happen. A good shot from Wilsey in the corner, and they managed to keep possession, but that just can't happen to start this third quarter.
Fortina will start with the ball for the offense for the Garnets. Richard Muse able to get her shot to go down, and Quinn able to get the rebounds. And that's one thing that Sterling's been able to do consistently is get those defensive and offensive rebounds.
Erin Quinn's doing a nice job in that area tonight.
Quinn now has it. Going to give it to Wilsey. Dixon. Back to Wilsey. Wilsey's going to drive in, takes a shot, and that will hit off the iron. And McDonald able to get the rebounds. Going to find a pass to Dixon. Able to drop that one to go down. Now an 8-point lead.
And that was a fantastic job from Mackenzie McDonald, hitting Dixon on the money, who was a nice job of sensing she was in trouble, cut to the basket, and got herself 2.
Garnett's going to try and get something offensively going again. Ferrento's going to pass it to Richard Muse. He's going to drive to the basket. And will grab it and get the 2 points.
That was a great drive by Richardson Muse. Well done.
Dickerson fakes out a player, gets a 3, but that one won't go down. But honestly, this place would have erupted from the Sterling fans if that went in. A big momentum boost straight up for the grabbing.
Sterling just can't get that ball to roll into the hoop when they need it.
Frento now. He's going to give it to Richard Muse. Again, Dixon's just been all over the place, offensively and defensively too.
Yeah, defensively, she's been racking up a lot of steals on the perimeter, and offensively, she's been doing a nice job of making quick cuts and taking high percentage shots.
Davis was on there to take a shot, but Pelkak able to rebound and give it to Dixon. Now Wilsey. Wilsey's going to shoot a high two, unable to get that one. These shots that Sterling have been getting have not been going down, and a nice long pass. That's going to be fouled on Tori Wilsey, and Madison Clark gets fouled.
I'll tell you what, that was a great pass. And I'll tell you what, Clark's as good as any player athletically in this league, and she finished it on a real tough play.
Yeah, a nice outlet there, and Clark does a nice job finishing through contact. Now has a chance for one more at the line.
And Clark finishes that one, and Garnet's lead just continues as that ball goes out. That's still going to be Sterling.
They'll get a foul there.
Actually, it's a foul, yeah. My bad. It's a foul on Davis. That's going to be her team's first foul, and I believe that's going to be her first foul.
Sterling has to find somebody to step it up on offense, and they have to find it right now.
Yeah, Tori Wilsey hasn't been doing much. They've been looking her way, but she can't get the shot to drop. Somebody has to step up.
Quinn, Wilsey.
And that's a classic example. I think if Wilsey's hot, she probably shoots that one there.
Dixon's going to shoot a three and just hits the board.
Yeah, you can feel the pressure coming on for Sterling.
I just don't agree with that shot. It's just too forced.
But that's where they are right now, John, with just trying to find a way to score.
Yeah, you just have to find somebody that can get a basket to drop and hope that that momentum will carry over.
Clark just, again, drives to the basket and gets the layup. Now Dixon now.
There were 3 defenders near Maggie Clark. Just a fantastic job of finishing.
And don't forget, Clark's best sport is softball. She plays this for fun.
Tremendous athlete.
Wait till you see her pitch.
Quinn going to find Wilsey. Now to Dixon.
Well, where do you go?
4 minutes 15. Garnet's lead this 33 to 18 in the New Jersey Group 2 South Conference Finals, and that's going to be a foul on Clark. Garnet fans don't like that.
I think that's the best answer, though, is to go right at them. Instead of dancing around the three-point line, go at them. If they block it, they block it.
Well, and right now you need baskets, and you need baskets fast. We're about halfway through this third quarter. Still time, but not too much time to just dribble around.
McDonald unable to get that one and able to get the rebound. She's going to shoot a 2 and just air mails that one. And Ferrento will carry on to this one. Clark, and it's a timeout.
I believe that was before the basket, I think. Was that
It
before
was.
the basket? Yeah, before the basket?
Yeah, that timeout was called before the basket.
Or was it before the shot? That was, yeah, all right, they're saying yes. Again, if you're grading Sterling's defense, I think they're doing a heck of a job. It's just offensively, they're getting shots. They're just not falling. I like the strategy there now of attack. Go at them, look for a layup, look for maybe a 2-on-1.
Well, Sterling's got to attack the basket, and they got to find a way to get points and get points fast. There's not too much time to, have a feeling out process. Haddon Hts has done a good job since the end of that first quarter of really locking Sterling down defensively.
Yeah, because if Sterling starts the fourth quarter down by more than 10, they're in trouble. So they got to find a way in the next couple minutes to cut this lead down. Want to let people know there's a possibility tomorrow. There is a teacher-student basketball game tomorrow. There's a possibility we might be broadcasting the game. We're not sure. Jake, are you available to broadcast?
I would be available to
All right.
broadcast.
Well, maybe we'll come out and broadcast it, and we're thinking about it. So hang around. That could still be happening tomorrow.
3 minutes, 55 seconds left in this third quarter. Garnet's leading this 33 to 18, and it's just been all Garnet since second quarter. Sterling right now trying to find something offensively. Richard Muse now with it. He's going to send that cross court, and Campbell, who's just been a record by the three-point shoot, and Tori Wilsey commits another foul, and that's going to be the team's second.
And it seems like these fouls now from Wilsey are just out of frustration. She can't get shots to drop, and that one might have been
that was McDonald there.
Oh,
though.
McDonald.
Excuse me.
So she's got 3.
And Pelkak able to get the defensive rebound, and now Bridget Dixon now with it. Dixon's going to give it to Quinn. Quinn just unable to handle the pass, and right now it's a I hate to say this, it's a girls basketball team that we're used to seeing quite early on in this season, from the season on.
I mean, yeah, it is, and we talk about it a lot. They're a hot and cold team because of the youth of this team, and it's showing right here. They're in a cold stretch.
And if they're going to come back in this game, I think they're going to rely now on Morgan Sims, who won the West Deptford game for them. She's got a real nice outside shot. She's number 24.
Again, she has some record-breaking games. That 18-point game, as Dixon able to get it.
Oops.
Now Wilsey, just these passes, as Wilsey almost leaves the building.
She's tough. Don't mess with Wilsey, man. She made that door feel some pain.
Front set for the Garnets will send this one up. And 3 minutes left in this third quarter. Richard Muse just goes up and gets the foul.
And she does a great job of just attacking the basket from the outside and sort of finagles her way into the lane.
All right, that's the 4th foul against McDonald.
McDonald's got to be careful. That's her 4th foul already. I think she's going to get substituted out for Pelkak. Richard Muse misses her first shot.
First foul shot they missed today.
And as a Sterling fan, you got to just be happy that she's missed that free throw. Richard Muse will go for a second.
Sterling needs every break they can get.
See if that one just goes straight through. And like I said again, Garnet's lead just continues to be a bigger gap for Sterling. Dixon, Quinn. Quinn still looking for someone. Gonna give it back to Dixon. Dixon able to recover. Dixon's gonna fake driving to the basket, pops out, almost gets the 3, and that one just pops out. Now Sims able to do something. Let's see, she shoots her 3. And that one just...
Why not? I'm all right with that. Why not? I was almost going to tell her to shoot it. Well, again, Jake, Sterling is hanging. Again, you're just seeing the frustration of not being able to get the ball in the basket. We've almost played 6 minutes. They've only scored 2 points.
Yeah, the shots aren't dropping, but they're not quitting, and that's very commendable for this girls' team.
Sterling right now really needs a miracle. As another foul, Garnet's 3rd foul, number 11, Campbell. That's her 2nd foul. Team's 3rd.
Sometimes on an offensive set, you might be able to get to have Sims come off a screen here.
Dixon unable to handle the pass. That's going to go straight back to the Garnets. 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in this third quarter. 34 Garnets, 18 Sterling. So far, a tough game so far for Sterling since the second quarter.
Yeah, they were in it at the end of that first quarter, only down 2, and ever since then, Haddon Hts has made some adjustments, and Sterling can't get shots to drop.
Well, the biggest thing is Haddon Hts been able to make some shots.
Richard Muse unable to get that shot to go down, and Sims with it now. Sims going to give it to Dixon. Dixon now finds Wilsey. Wilsey's going to shoot a 3. Unable to get that one to go down. They're just unable to get anything to go down.
But you got to shoot it. If you're Wilsey, you got to shoot it. She's a 3-point shooter. She was open. Got to shoot it.
Yeah, definitely had enough space. Just nothing is going Sterling's way.
Richard Muse with it. Going to drive to the basket. Find some trouble. Now a little bit of a trap. Clark now in there. Able to get that shot to go down. Clark able to get her own rebound and gets that shot to go down. And Garnet's almost with a 20-point lead already at the end of this third quarter. Tori Wilsey now driving up to the basket, gets fouled. She will now go to the line. That's going to be the team's fourth, and that's going to be number 4, Higgs Salem.
And you saw Clark on the other end of the floor right there. You know she's going to get her basket. Sterling doing a pretty good job of containing her, but boy, what an athlete Maddie Clark is.
Tori Wilsey just is frustrated. You just saw it right after that free throw.
All you can do is just shoot. That's all you can do. Sooner or later, you hope they go in. Shooters shoot. Keep shooting.
Tori Wilsey able to get the second one,
And that ends the dry spell. I'll finish your sentence for you, John. I mean,
it does. I can't say anything bad about that. It does end the dry spell, but you just kind of hope that Sterling kind of finds something going as, again, Madison Clark just powering her way through. Gets another 2, and it's just a 19-point lead.
and I mean, the wheels simply just seem to be falling off right now for Sterling.
It's just when you can't score, you play frustrated. Nice effort there.
Sterling will keep on the possession as Maddie Klein comes in as Aaron Quinn comes out. 17.6 seconds left in this third quarter. Garnet's lead this 38-19. Tori Wilsey will throw this one in. Dixon leaves the player behind and gets fouled. So Dixon will go up to the line, and that's going to be on Richard Muse.
Tell you what, pound for pound, Bridget Dixon, probably the toughest young lady on the floor. Not very tall, but man, she battles.
That's going to be her second foul. Dixon, first throw. Goes in and out. Just honestly, it's just been constant of that shot, in and out.
I mean, the basket looks extremely small for Sterling in this third quarter.
And Dixon able to get the second one to go down. Ferrento, well, Richard Muse, back to Ferrento. Gonna give it to Campbell. Campbell now. And that ball is tipped, and it will stay Garnet's ball.
Mr. K, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure our only 2 points have come on free throws this quarter.
I believe you're correct.
It came from Tori Wilsey and Dixon. As Ferrento going to take a long three, as that's going to do it right here in the third quarter. Garnet's lead, 38-20, will be right back for fourth quarter action.
Want to thank John and Jake for helping us out right there. We're going to welcome back in Mr. Strauss and Mr. Schulz back to the broadcast as they will join us with their headphones. And Rob, there's great defense, which is what Sterling has. They just can't put the ball in the hoop.
Yeah, Sterling getting outscored in the last 2 quarters, 26-10, and they just can't find any offense. They can't get it with the clock stopped. Tad, you know, that's where you got to. We know that this is not a good free throw shooting team, but this is where you got to hit them.
And you see Coates right there was talking to Tori Wilsey. And Kevin, I just think he's telling Tori, shoot. You're a shooter. Shoot.
Books.
If it misses, it misses. She was one of the runner-up for the Group 3 or for the 3-point shooting contest. Sometimes they're not falling. Shoot. She's got to shoot.
No rhythm, just to the constant muscle memory of shooting, and then when you get it, that's where you can make up points in a hurry. And obviously, a tough uphill battle as we head into the fourth quarter, being down by 18.
38-20 heading into the final 8. The winner is the South Jersey Group 2 champion. Sterling has an uphill battle. If they want to get back into this, defense has to step up, and you got to hit open shots, and we'll see what the next 8 minutes brings us here. Ferrento. Maddie Klein into the game for the first time for Sterling. Richardson Muse, nice drive to the bucket.
Wow.
She's fouled hard. And I believe they get Wilsey, they do. That's her third, the team's fourth.
Well, if you're going to foul him, you can make him earn it from the foul line. Wilsey didn't think she fouled him there, but Richardson Muse, a heck of an athlete.
1 for 2 at the line tonight is Richardson Muse, and she puts up her first shot is pure.
And guys, that's one of the areas where Haddon Hts has really stepped it up. You know, I thought early on Strong was defending them down at low post, defending their drives to the basket, but with Richard Muse and especially Madison Clark really getting going in that low post game, that's really hurt Sterling, in addition to Sterling's inability to hit the three.
Largest lead of the game for Hts is now 20. It's 40-20. They've doubled up the Knights. Pelkak, turnaround jumper, no good. Battle for the rebound down low, whistle and a foul. And they are going to get Maggie Campbell with her third, team's fifth.
This game has really gone a lot the way that second matchup went, where Sterling stayed close to Hts in the first half, but then went into a scoring drought.
Dixon off the glass, too strong, rebound into the hands of Evie Davis. Ferranto in no rush for the Garnets. Dixon coming out and playing her strong. Here comes Campbell. Ferranto. Davis on the drive, puts up a shot off the window and in. 6 points for Evie Davis.
And I think ultimately, when you look at Hts, it's a team that just has too many offensive weapons to really handle. They can hurt you from all areas of the court.
Wilsey for three off the top of the stanchion. And that would be Hts basketball as Mackenzie McDonald is going to check back into the game for Raina Pelkak.
Anybody who's a shooter in basketball can side with Tori Wilsey. Sometimes it's just not happening, but again, that's why I like the coach came out and said, look, you got it, you shoot it. You're one of the reasons why we're here.
6:38 remaining here in the fourth. Sterling trailing 42-20. Only 4 points scored by Sterling in that third quarter. Turnaround by Clark, no good. Rebound into the hands of McDonald, and here comes Bridget Dixon and the Lady Knights.
One of the few times in this second half where Madison Clark has been stopped going to the basket. Really does a great job battling through contact and finishing.
Wilsey, Sims, McDonald, Klein, and Dixon on the floor for Sterling. Klein looking for options, finds Sims. McDonald with a little bit of room, it's collapsed quickly. Ferranto easily sneaks into the lane and closes up any lane that McDonald may have had.
Pretty good man-to-man defense for Hts throughout this game.
Clock continues to run here, 5.5 remaining in the fourth. Sterling just can't find an open bucket. Wilsey, floater in the lane, rims in and out. Rebound, Richardson Muse.
And that's that running one-hander that Tori Wilsey's had so much success with this year, and it's one of those things, you're having an off night, just not going in.
Clark in trouble.
It's a good job by McDonald there.
Ferranto. Might have been called for a foul there, no whistle. Goes across court for Davis. Little cross between the leg. Davis just throws it up. And when it's going your way, it's going your way. That was shot putted into the net by Evie Davis.
Going away from the basket, just thrown up there. And they're going to find the bottom of the net when you're the team that's up 44-20.
Just about 4.5 remaining here, and that's when you know it's your night, when shots like that start to drop. Almost thrown away. Davis controls. Loose ball into the hands of Sims, but Sterling needs offense to see if they can turn defense into offense. Wilsey pump fake off the side of the backboard. McDonald with the rebound. She's fouled. She'll go to the line. I believe they're going to get Madison Clark, and they do with her third, team sixth.
The effort's there. You can't argue with that.
And I'll tell you what, this Hts team is really going to be a tough team for anybody to handle moving forward. Obviously, with a win tonight, moving on to the semifinals, And, you can't just shut down one player. There's just so many parts to their game. And, guys, I like how they've stepped it up defensively in this second half, cutting off those drives to the basket with the help defense. But ultimately, on the offensive end, they just have too many weapons.
30-second timeout, Heights. 4:13 remaining in a 44-21 game. And I think you said it all, Kevin. I mean, they've got weapons from everywhere. They got weapons beyond the arc. They got weapons down low. They got weapons at the point guard position. I don't know what the answer is.
And, we've seen teams in the past in our time covering these games that have gone to the playoffs where if you shut down one or two girls, you can give the other girls space on the floor. They're not going to hurt you. But that's not the case with this Haddon Hts team. Any one of these players at any given time could go on an offensive run, whether it's shooting from the outside or driving to the basket. And just one of the more complete teams we've seen over the last 5-6 years.
And my heart goes out to Tori Wilsey, who may be the heart and soul of this team. She's getting a rest right now. Gave it everything she had tonight.
Wow, what a career. I mean, you look at what she's done. Raina Pelkat, two girls who played a lot as younger players and were key players on this team coming off the bench as freshmen and sophomores. And I know Coach Kate McDonald can't say enough about their leadership, as well as the job Maddie Klein out there, coming off the bench, but always contributing and just being a consummate team player.
Halfway through the fourth, the Garnets doubling up Sterling right now, 44-22. That's going to be a foul on Aaron Quinn. That'll be her first, team's fifth.
Want to let people know, hope you hang around the post-game show. We're going to send Mr. Schulz out there to do his job. Maybe Jake will jump out there. We'll see if we can get Coach McDonald before they go. We'll talk to some of the Haddon Hts players and congratulate them on a well-deserved title.
And, guys, we talked about this run and some of the things that have gone on, some of the good things they've done, but, we talked about the seniors, and I don't think without their leadership, this team would have made the run that they've made to get to this point. So kudos to those three girls.
Yeah, there's no way, especially with Wilsey. I know she's taking it really hard right now.
Yeah.
They are not playing in this game without Tori Wilsey.
Yep, no doubt about it.
I don't remember the last time, guys, I tried to look it up today. I spent a good half hour trying to go on NJ.com and try and find some research. The lowest seed to ever get to the championship game. This is a 10 seed playing in the championship right now. McDonald for three, airballs it. But I don't remember the last time you had a 10 seed in the championship game.
I wish I could tell you when, Kevin. I know you and I have been doing this 30 years. I can't remember.
Yeah, and even the game before this, you're going down to Middle Township. We've been down there, one of the more hostile environments to play in, and to battle through that and come away with a 1-point win. Kudos to these girls for just having a great run at the end of this season.
Well, you had to beat the number 2 seed and the number 3 seed to get here. And this 1 seed, ooh. Man,
Tough
it's quite
foul.
tough.
That's going to be McDonald's fifth. And she is just fouled out of this game.
Boy,
That's the team's sixth. And that will be it for Mackenzie McDonald. Her night ends 6 points for the sophomore, but you can bet this is great experience for her, this run. Only a sophomore, and what a great season she's had. I know she's upset with herself, but what a great run this year.
And I'm glad Wilsey gets a chance to come in, gets to finish her career on the floor. So, again, you can see Wilsey's looking at you right now. One of my favorite kids in school. She's a lacrosse player by trade. We're going to see her in the spring. That's her main sport. But what an amazing young lady.
Terrific kid. The female athlete of the year last year, and she's on the same pace right now with the job she did in soccer and obviously with what we've talked about in basketball, and has lacrosse coming up in the spring. Raina Pelkat's going to be on the softball team. Looking forward to a good year. Maddie Klein going to be playing lacrosse also.
And look out, softball players. Madison Clark will be on the mound for Haddon Heights, and she might be the best in South Jersey.
Richardson Muse controlling against Wilsey. Hands over to the aforementioned Madison Clark. Quinn picks up the foul. That'll be her second, team's 7th.
The other thing, Rob, I like about Clark, nothing seems to phase her. She's taken a couple good shots in the game. She got a whack to the face right there, turned around, walked to the free throw line. Love players like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got that combination of being very physical and being skilled, because she turns, has a quick step, but can take on contact and finish as well as anybody we've seen this year. Definitely, I feel like she's the best player in the conference.
Pelkak can't convert, down low, did everything but drop, hit every part of the rim but the bottom of the net. And we are approaching the 2-minute mark of this fourth quarter. 44-22 Garnets en route to the South Jersey Group 2 title. Sterling going to end their season at 500, believe it or not, with a championship appearance in the South Jersey Group 2 title game.
I didn't see it coming. I really didn't.
But I'll tell you who did. Coach McDonald, her staff, and the girls in blue tonight all saw. They knew, they believed in it. They got hot at the right time.
But guys, also, and I think you alluded to it, don't think that this late season run is not going to pay great dividends moving forward for some of these younger players, just to have this type of experience.
Bridget Dixon to the line for Sterling, shooting the 1-on-1. Converts the first. She'll get one more. Dixon tonight, 10 points. 2 of 3 from the line. 1:45 remaining here in the fourth. 44-24 Haddon Heights. Heights won both meetings, one closer than the other. 4-point game back on December 17th in favor of the Garnets. And then a runaway victory, 18-point victory for the Garnets back on February 1st. Drive off the window, no good. And saved momentarily, out of play, will be Sterling basketball, 1:25 left to go in the fourth.
Reminder that we hope you hang around after the game. I believe we'll have Coach McDonald on first for a couple minutes. We're also going to talk to Coach Kendra and some of the Haddon Heights players.
Klein to Wilsey. Dixon creating a little bit of space. Finds Pelkak. Pelkak, nice little up and under move. Can't get the drop, and I believe they're going to get a foul on Pelkak. It's either Pelkak or Quinn. Let's see who they call it on. Couldn't see the official call on that one. One's 12, one's 22.
And what a job Coach Kate McDonald has done blending these younger players with the veteran, instituting that zone defense in that Woodbury game, and he really picked up steam from there as you see some of these Haddon Heights players coming off and getting a well-deserved round of applause with 1:04 remaining.
Clark to the line, shooting the 1-on-1. Hits the first. Clark, an outstanding night. 15 points for Madison Clark, the junior.
Madison Clark headed to Lehigh University.
And with that said, as she gets a big hug from her coach, she's only a junior. So Ferranto comes back next year, and Clark comes back next year for this Heights team.
Dixon drives to the lane.
There's got to be a lid on that hoop, Rob. There has to be.
46-24. Blocked by Wilsey. She's not going to quit. And another foul. That will send Sarah Akari to the line. Sam Akari, excuse me. Wilsey's fourth. Akari misses the front end.
And guys, what an atmosphere here with obviously the Garnet crazies, the Sterling super fans. This gives you everything you need to know and like about high school sports.
Great people here, too.
Pelkak for three. Too strong. And it will be Garnet basketball, 34 seconds remaining.
Want to thank Joe Kraft, the athletic director here, and his staff. Always very welcoming to us, Kevin and Rob, anytime we come over here.
Absolutely. Just great people to work with. I know, like you said, Tad, we've been here a lot, and they're always very accommodating.
Wilsey just picked up her fifth. And the career for Tori Wilsey has come to a close. Not the way she wanted it to end. 4 points for Tori Wilsey tonight, but an outstanding career that we've highlighted earlier in the quarter, Ted.
Yeah, she's the thing that makes this drink go, if you will. She stirs it up, gets them going. She's tough.
No question about it. And, definitely the glue that held this.
There you go.
Combination of younger players and veterans together. One of the best performances ever by a Sterling player in the three-point shooting contest.
Sims for three. Well short. And the Garnets can just run this one out. I don't know if the Sterling defense is going to let them hold it out. And I think they will. Under 10 to go. The Haddon Heights Garnets will be your 2022 South Jersey Group 2 champions. Haddon Heights wins this 48-24 is your final score, and they will move on and face Manasquan in the state semifinal.
And again, an outstanding team. They were number one in Group 2 in South Jersey for a reason. Very talented. They have a chance to do a lot more than this.
No doubt about it. You knew you were coming into an uphill battle, and I'd like to see if there's a team out there that's going to beat them when you're just talking about Group 2. After that, of course, you got the parochial schools. It's a whole nother level, but I have to feel like in Group 2, they've got as good a shot as anybody to win the state title.
To recap this, Heights led 12-10 after one, and then went on a 36-14 run in the final three quarters, Kevin. 36-14 run.
Yeah, part of the story of tonight was not only what Heights did, but with Sterling just not able to convert offensively. Just went in a little bit of a drought at the wrong time, but that happens. And I think you also have to look at the way Heights defend it. It's definitely can make things a little bit tougher going against a team like this.
Recapping the scoring for the Knights, Wilsey with 4, Dixon with 11 to lead all Sterling scores. Aaron Quinn with a pair of free throws, and Mackenzie McDonald with 6 points. That's it for Sterling, only 4 scores. Where you look at Heights, they've really spread it around in that first half between Richardson Muse and Madison Clark down low.
Yeah, they just stuck with it. They struggled in that first quarter, but really didn't panic, stayed with their game. Clark really didn't get going until the second quarter, but once she did, like I said, battles through contact and finishes, and is as skilled and physical down in the low post as any player we've seen.
16 points for Madison Clark, 12 for Richardson Muse, 9 from Maggie Campbell, all of them from three-point range, and big threes by Maggie Campbell in that first half.
Well, I think that's what got them going. When they were struggling the first half, kicking the ball out to Maggie Campbell. Not only did she hit from the outside, but she's got a quick release, and Sterling just couldn't get out there to get to her, had those 3 threes, and that was kind of the fuel that got Haddon Heights offense going in the half-court set.
Evie Davis also added 8 points in the victory for the Garnets as the celebration continues here on the floor. And Heights improves to 25-5 on the season. They were the number 1 seed. Sterling drops to 14-14 overall. But what an incredible run that they went on. The buzzer beater against West Deptford. You beat the 3 seed. You beat the 2 seed. You only have one more left to slay, and they just couldn't get over this hump of Haddon Heights.
Yeah, not many people thought, obviously, they would even get to this point. But, they bought into what Coach Kate McDonald did. And just like all Kate's teams, they get better as the year gets going. And I don't think that statement's never more true than what we've seen this season. And just, unfortunately, not playing as great as they needed to play in this game. But, man, going against an outstanding team, and hats off to Haddon Heights.
And it's going to be interesting to see how this Heights team does against Manasquan. Once you get to that state semifinal round, that's when it really starts to ramp up. You get closer. The closer you get to that TOC, the bigger the competition gets and the harder it gets.
No doubt. And I know Manasquan, Rob, we went up there and we've seen them the last couple years and had, I think, 3 Division I players. From what I've heard, I don't think they're at the same level right now, which leads me to believe that Heights has got a good shot to win the Group 2 title. But again, as I said, once you get to the parochial schools, it's basketball on another level. You're facing teams with 3 and 4 Division I players.
So we're still waiting on getting some interviews. I'm sure Coach is talking to the team, and this is a tough pill to swallow. Obviously, Sterling wanted to be on the other end of this. And the one thing that I did want to note is the amount of Sterling Lady Knight alumni that came back to support this program.
Yeah.
And Coach McDonald, you obviously had Kylie O'Donnell here, Jordan Wallace, who had a spectacular career over at Rutgers University, and just the amount of Rachel Hodge, Erica Hoffman, the Naomi Carters.
Lauren?
And what we're doing, we're going to send it down courtside. Schulze.
Coach Lauren Kendra here. Well, first off, congratulations on the win. You've got to feel good, especially for a couple of your seniors. Talk about what this means to you and seeing these girls accomplish.
Oh man, these kids have been at it since they were freshmen. I mean, all of them have ample experience. They've started since they were freshmen. I thought their defensive effort was great. I mean, we got contributions from everyone. Maggie Campbell, Evie Davis. I mean, you could tell Mo always, Maddie always, Kylie just handling the pressure. But I mean, our experience came into play huge. I mean, they couldn't hear me, obviously. So I told them that from the start, and I think they just, they've been in these situations. We played a tough schedule this year. I mean, this year is hard on everybody. So this is just like icing on the cake. I mean, when I look at all we did to get here, I think of like, how the heck did we make it? I mean, between injuries and COVID and life in general, it's been crazy.
You talk about your experience and the well-rounded team that you have. Was that never more important, having that, than overcoming a tough first quarter?
Yeah, I mean, first quarter, I think on both sides, it was basket for basket. Obviously, you have nerves. I don't think any of them have ever played in this environment before. But I think once we settled in and we realized, let's work it, let's go to our strengths, Maggie hitting open shots, let's get Maddie in motion. And then I thought our defense, especially in the second half, was phenomenal.
Yeah, and you talk about hitting the outside shot, Campbell with the threes. Was that kind of what got the offense going initially when you were struggling down on the low post?
Absolutely, and I'm so happy for her because, as a shooter, you go through streaks where, you're making them and you're not, and she's been struggling lately. So for her to come out here and just, she had ice in her veins, and it was just, showed she was a senior, showed it's her last game. I told them we haven't lost at home all year. All of our losses have been away. So, we didn't want to come out of here with a loss, but, I have all of the credit in the world to Kate and Sterling. They're in our conference. Kate's a good friend of mine. They do a phenomenal job with their program. So that wasn't easy by any means.
Yeah, the two teams that are very familiar with each other. You had our super fans, you're going to crazies. Is this atmosphere what high school sports is all about?
Man, if the past 2 years haven't taught us anything, this felt a little normal, and I think for kids in general, mental health, everything, I feel like this is exactly what we need at this moment. Last year we had a great year and there was no playoffs. And then the year before, we weren't in it, but everybody was. I think for them, to see this back to school, hopefully it stays that way. Senior trips happening. I mean, for everybody, not that I forgot what high school basketball was about, but this was a really good reminder.
No doubt about it, Coach. This is a great reward for everything you guys have done. And, hey, keep it going, and congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Coach, wow. What a run your team has gone on. Just talk about what this run has meant to you with this team and your seniors.
I think this was maybe single-handedly the most incredible thing I've been a part of in coaching, and I've coached a lot of games and a lot of teams. Like, we won in 2016, that team was supposed to win. This wasn't supposed to happen, and for girls to come out and never give up, we had so many ups and downs. They just played their hearts out the whole entire time, and it just wasn't supposed to be, and we thought it was supposed to be. So that made it really tough. The shots just didn't fall. We've been hitting big shots all playoffs, and it just didn't happen tonight.
You talk about your seniors. Obviously, you had a lot of success, left for a little bit, came back, and I think you have a certain culture that you want. Talk about how these seniors this year helped you cement this culture, and you kind of delegate to them and get them going with that mentality that you need.
Yeah, I mean, the culture I want is a culture of kids that will fight tooth and nail to the end for each other, and I want kids that are happy for each other and celebrate each other, and I want kids that have a common agenda, and that team 110% bought into that. And there are people that didn't, and they didn't come back, or they chose to leave the team. So I knew that the girls that were there, the kids that truly wanted to be there and wanted to be there through anything, and just the fact that regardless of what happened, that's what we talked about at the end of the game. The game was over, and I was like, you show your character and you do what you've been doing all season, you fight to the end, and I think moving forward, that has set what the seniors did this year is setting the tone for everybody moving up. I have one junior on the team.
Talk about the experience of going through this run for your younger players and how that's going to help moving forward.
I mean, I have 3 sophomores that started in a Group 2 final, and my first sub off the bench was a sophomore. And I have several other sophomores waiting in the wings, and just the fact that they've gotten this experience now, and they know what it feels like, and they're going to want to come back, and they want to keep. This year was fun. Even we were sub 500, and it was fun all the time, and that's what truly makes it good. The problematic things are the fighting, the jealousy, the side agendas, and there was never any of that this year. So regardless, it was always fun.
Yeah, well, I know that's what you preach to the girls. They carried things out, and boy, it's been fun for us watching, because obviously we were at home with the boys, but we saw all the great moments. Can you pick out one moment as a coach that really stood out to you this year? Maybe something that might have turned the season around?
I mean, I think fighting through that West Defford game was big. I think getting our butts kicked by Camden Catholic woke everybody up a little bit that last game of the season, especially Bridget. And then for them to feel like, okay, we won a game in the past that we would have caved and lost, and then to come out and put a little bit of a hurting on St. Vincent, I think they just felt really good. And that goes back to the fact that the culture is to never quit, never give up. Because if you quit, then you're really lost. And I don't think that's happened at all this year.
Your team's never quit. That's a trademark of your teams. Coach, man, it's been fun. Tough night tonight, but man, there's a lot of good things to come in the future. Best of luck, and thanks for giving us a run.
Thank you guys, and just thank all the community and everybody just for getting behind us, because it was a really cool feeling. And the parents, my parents are the best parents in South Jersey. They're amazing, and that's what makes it more special too. So all my parents that have been with us the whole entire time, I'm very, very grateful. What we have is unique and special.
Yeah, I think they all thank you and the job you do, because it's been fun for everyone. Thanks, Coach. Okay. All right. Okay. So we will. Congratulations, you got the hard hat. For all that hard physical work. For all that hard physical work down in the low post. Talk about, as a senior, what this win means to you, especially with everything that's going on with COVID and
It
everything?
means a lot because we've been building this chemistry, and for us to get this far is very great for us. We were trying to get this since my freshman year. Then Maddie came in my sophomore year, so we've been trying to build it since my sophomore year, and we knew we could do it, and we got to it.
And you talk about the team chemistry. Was that a big part of how you Oak guys overcame a very tough first quarter? Weren't able to get things going. Did the team chemistry come into play?
Yeah, the team chemistry came into play a lot because we weren't nervous at all, but like, I don't know, we were a little nervous, not gonna lie. Then we all just had to talk to each other, got to each other, and yeah, got through it.
Claiborne right there.
My old principal.
And boy, this has got to feel special, especially with everything that's going on the last 2 years. Obviously, this started, well, you had your sophomore year, but last year you kind of missed out on all this fun and excitement. Talk about doing this on your home court in front of the crowd. How awesome was that?
It hasn't been done in years, so this was very great for us. Like, the feeling was great.
Okay, what is your future? Obviously, you still have some more basketball left. What are your future plans after high school?
I plan to go to college, study criminal justice. I'm not sure where I'm going yet, but I'm going to continue to play basketball.
Okay. Criminal justice. So do you want to be a police officer, FBI?
A parole officer or a lawyer is where I'm heading towards.
Wow. I'm sure you're going to be great. Okay, thanks for coming on with us, and best of luck the rest of the way. Okay. Madison Clark. And of course, we've been told over the last few days that your better sport is softball, but it didn't look like that. We feel like you're one of the best players in the conference. Talk about what really got you going. A slow first quarter, but what really got you going in the second quarter?
I mean, honestly, just attacking the basket and knowing what I had to do. I mean, and just having my team, like, they were there, so if I got trapped, I could kick it out. If they got trapped, they could kick it to me, and we just knew we had each other's backs.
Kicking it out, you hit the ball out to Maggie Campbell, you talked about that. Does that ultimately start giving you a little bit more space down on the low post?
Yeah, I mean, our goal was just to move the defense and get them out of position so that we had the best chance to score and get offensive rebounds.
Talk about playing with a team that has so much firepower, where if they collapse on you, you can kick it back out to somebody else. Talk about how important that's going to be moving forward here in these playoffs.
I mean, it's so important because when you have like 5 dominant players out on the floor, they can't pick who to stop. They have to guard everyone. And that's so important for us because having those 5 tools is just absolutely incredible.
We've talked to everybody about the crowd. Were you one that fed off what was going on with the Garnet Crazies up there?
It's great. I mean, we've completely fed off their energy, and it's been great having them for the whole playoff run because I think they definitely have gotten in teams' heads and helped us out a little bit.
Do you even appreciate it that much more after not having that last year?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's great to have fans here. I mean, we had a sold-out gym tonight, and I don't remember ever playing in a gym this packed.
Maddie, you did a great job, and now you're headed to Lehigh. Obviously, you're only junior. Talk about how excited you are ultimately to be doing that.
I'm over the moon excited. I'm so excited to be able to join the softball program there, and until then, we'll just keep doing things like this.
No doubt about it. So good luck. This is the last time we'll see you in basketball for this year. We'll see you in softball. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
So we're going to close it out. Great job by the tech crew, and we're going to take it over to Mr. K and Mr. Strauss.
Yeah, again, outstanding job. Since it's such a special night, normally we don't interview the other team, but we want to get a chance to get Coach McDonald on. Kevin, great job of interviewing. And again, the girls from Haddon Heights, they deserve a little of attention too. That's why we put them on. They did a great effort tonight. But with that said, Rob, I think you had a Sterling team, man. They gave it everything they had. The ball just didn't go in.
Yeah, and they really left it all out on the floor. You could see from the emotion from Tori Wilsey, Mackenzie McDonald, Bridget Dixon, they all left it out on the floor. But the offense, like I think you said it in the fourth quarter, is there plexiglass on that rim? They just couldn't find the bucket. But that's a credit to Haddon Heights and the defense that they played. They outscored Sterling 36-14 after the first quarter, and they just, like you said, couldn't find the bucket.
I mean, Sterling had half the plan, Kevin. They had the defense tonight. They got the shots they wanted. It just didn't fall, and that's the whole story.
Yeah, they battled, and I think ultimately when you look at it, you can be honest with yourself and say they lost to a better team.
Yep.
No doubt about it. And, you know, this team's one of the more complete teams we've seen in a while, and they're going to be a scary team for anybody moving forward to play.
All right, well, our schedule on Channel 19, there's a possibility tomorrow night we may do the teacher-student game. We're not sure. We have a couple kids might want to do it. We might have that on. They'll say, yeah. I know Sheree wants to do it. So there's a chance we might be live tomorrow night with that game. Don't forget, a little later in the month, we have the school musical, 9 to 5. Hopefully you can come out to that. We'll be taping the Friday and Saturday performance. And as we go into April, you're talking about taping sports like there's boys volleyball. We got girls and boys lacrosse. You got softball. You got baseball. I know you're doing that with your tennis team out there. A lot of things going on, and it's just great, guys. We're back in the gym with fans. I mean, that's where I'll let you finish with that.
Yeah, and it's refreshing to see an environment like we talked about the Garnet Crazies and getting the super fans back for that Haddonfield game. Creating that energy and that atmosphere is what high school sports is all about, and that emotion and having all of that experience. It's just unbelievable.
As frustrating as it can be not hearing each other over here with the noise,
Yeah.
it's better than hearing each other clearly like we had last year because,
Yeah.
again, you didn't have the atmosphere. Something I think for a while, prior to the pandemic, you took for granted, but I don't think people are taking it for granted now.
Yeah.
Well, again, I want to thank the entire tech crew. Ben, who was in the stands tonight. John here standing right in front of us, winding it down. This is his last basketball game tonight. He'll have the spring season going with us. Mackenzie McDonald stopping by. I want to thank everyone associated with the broadcast. Mr. Schulz, Mr. Strauss, Jake Clark. Again, we said John Hallwood. I'm Mr. K. Thanks for watching. Congratulations to Haddon Heights. Congratulations to Sterling. Heights will move on. We will move on with our broadcast system. Have a great night, everybody. We will talk to you next time.